Peace and blessings, and welcome to another episode of Healing from Loss to Love. It's all about love. We're going to focus today on thriving through the holidays. And it's important to remember that holidays, quote unquote, happen throughout the year. There's a theme for days of the week during every month. And there's also monthly themes that people celebrate or that they contribute to. January starts us off with New Year's, and then we roll into Valentine's Day in February. March is St. Patrick's, and this year the Eid al-Fitr is marking the end of Ramadan, is also in March, as well as the Holi Festival, which is an Eastern Indian tradition marking the triumph of good over evil and of love. I really like that theme. April this year is Easter's in April. May is Mother's Day as well as Memorial Day. June, we celebrate fathers and Juneteenth. July 4th is marks its own time. August, there are a number of special days in August that people celebrate, and one that I liked was August 4th, which is National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, which is celebrated on that day. September marks Labor Day. October, Halloween. Thanksgiving is in November, and then we end the year with Christmas. Holidays, they are oftentimes challenging for many people. They stir up memories as well as create memories during that time. Holidays are really a definitive mark of time and are associated with gatherings, and primarily family gatherings or family of choice gatherings. The media oftentimes inundates us with commercials and print media depicting happy and healthy family gatherings. However, for far too many, the images do not really reflect their reality, or it triggers the absence of loved ones who have transitioned out of their lives, or by choice, or by the transition to a higher vibration as a result of death. So, what to do? How will you come to a place where you can begin to thrive during these challenging times? How can the holidays, quote unquote, become less challenging? So, we're going to talk about a few things that you may want to try and incorporate in your life as you go through the next 12 months of your year. The first year of any loss is always the most difficult because as the holidays roll by, the ones that are major and part of our society. But there are often times we have our own personal remembrances of things as just part of our life and part of our family's life and part of our family's history. So we really have to figure out like how are we going to move forward? How are we going to lend voice to this experience of loss that we have? In ZOLA, we talk about your lost love object, which can be anything that creates a shift in your life. So you may remember the loss of employment and what did that mean? And then on the other side, you may remember the the wonderful job opportunity that you received on a certain day. And we tend to remember these things in great detail, regardless of whether it presented a major challenge to us in a negative way, of what we perceived as a negative way, or as in a positive energy of elation and joy. But both of them present us with life lessons. And so um, that is really the essence of what we do from day to day is when we are presented with challenges, is what am I to learn from this? What am I to learn about joy and being happy? What am I to learn about being being confronted with a situation that brings on feelings of sadness? So at both ends of the spectrum, we we are presented with life lessons and learning experiences. So I'm going to share a few tips for you to help you to navigate times during the holiday seasons that you can utilize that hopefully will bring you a little step closer to a sense of peace and a sense of joy in your life. One will talk about validate your feelings. Write down how you are feeling, and on the other side of the paper, what is triggering these feelings? Ask yourself, what is my reality? What can I change about this situation? Sometimes it comes down to accepting the things that you cannot change, and therefore that is the wisdom of knowing the difference. Another tip would be to volunteer. There's a something very comforting and magical about giving to others and showing act of kindness to others. It releases endorphins or those neurotransmitters that are what we call those feel-good chemicals in our brain. So find a cause that resonates with you and your spirit that will bring you joy to give your time and your talents to others. If you have a loving memory of sharing chocolate chip cookies with a friend, or a family member or a sister or a brother, August 4th is your day. Chocolate chip cookie day. Bake some cookies and give them to a friend or coworker or anybody that you choose to in your faith-based group or just in your sister circle or your brother circle. Um, but it's important to be able to find a purpose. Sometimes we find our purpose through volunteerism. We there's a theme for every month. I know that October, for example, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a lot of people have been impacted by that. And they volunteer for the walks. They volunteer their time to help someone going through. Um, September is Recovery Month. People that are recovering from alcohol and or other drug addiction. So there's another avenue to volunteer that people are in shelters for because they're homeless. So there's something that you can lend your time and lend your talents to every month of the year. So pick one or two and volunteer your time and see how that feels. Um, Perhaps the first thing that you volunteer to do may not be the thing that truly resonates with your spirit, but keep at it. Try it again. Go on the calendar and look for another month that you can volunteer to help an organization. Third one that I always suggest is journaling. Writing your thoughts and your feelings on a piece of paper is a very powerful thing to do. And research has shown that it really does release endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that we constantly talk about. And it helps you. And I know for myself personally, it helps me to get clarity around what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling, and then the clarity of what next generally comes from me. And I generally will continue to write and write and write until I feel like I have come to some level of insight. Uh, Sometimes if you don't have a safe place to have your journal, I would suggest that you just write it out on a piece of paper and then have a ritual when you're done. Uh, you can burn the pages and let all of that energy go into the cosmos. You can just rip it up in little tiny shreds and put it in the trash because that you have no more use for that kind of confusion or that kind of thinking. And you are well aware of the direction that you would like to go and the words that you would like to use to deal with the situation. Get out in nature. That's number four, but sometimes I think it should be number one. Um, get out there and do meditative walks, well, either by yourself or with friends. Create a walking circle. Um, just, whatever it is, everybody text each other and say, I'm going walking at such and such a time at such and such a place. Who's in? Great conversations always emerge when you come together like that. So nature is the it helps you to get your steps in. It helps to stimulate your body. You're exercising, and it doesn't really matter whether start off slow. Nobody's asking you to jog or to run or anything like that when you first get started. I'm a walker. I love to walk, and am very blessed that I can clock in quite a few miles. So I enjoy walking, and I love to walk in nature. I think, we're at a bonus of where I live on the East Coast, where I can be in the mountains or at the beach, within a 15-minute drive. So it's a lovely thing. It's a wonderful thing. And those are my two favorite places. So find your favorite place. It may be a park. It may be an amusement park. It may be just that you like a certain section of your town that you enjoy walking in. Just find a space that brings you peace and brings you a sense of joy. Number five, invite someone over for a home cooked meal. And you can agree to share in the cooking or just invite them um, to keep you company and enjoy their company while you cook. Uh, or you can invite folks over for a potluck meal. Create a theme. It can be uh, any theme that you would want, and it can turn into a cultural cuisine experience. It can be a simple thing like bring your favorite childhood dish. And yes, some of us may be bringing beans and franks. For me, it may be black eyed peas and cornbread. I can see my Mama T now in that kitchen on Herman Street in Nashville, creating memories for her grands and her great grands. And there was a heap of us. But that's a memory that I have of a food memory, which is a beautiful thing. And I've passed that tradition on to my own family. Number six, create a sister or brother circle. Uh, and you can have these gatherings in person, or you can have virtual gatherings. It depends on where you live, that the weather may not be conducive for people to get out in the elements. But connect and come together. And, technology is a good thing sometimes. I wouldn't recommend that you never ever got together physically because there's something about, that whole physical interaction that moves us and shifts us and connects us in a very, very special way. So, yeah, so there's something, very magical about having a safe space to express your thoughts and feelings with people that you have grown to trust. And trust is the cornerstone of all relationships. Number seven, travel. When we talk about travel, it doesn't necessarily mean that you travel to another country or that you go halfway around the world, although there is merit in doing that, and it's a wonderful experience. But just a change of your environment, a change of venue, can be a world of difference in changing your energy and your attitudes and your behaviors. I live in an area where we can take short train trips. We're an hour and a half from Midtown Manhattan, and the train is very inexpensive. Um, and the trip can be just what you need. Sometimes for me, it's just the rhythm of the train that I truly, truly enjoy as I look out the window and look at the scenery. So, and then always plan a road trip. Road trips are still a thing. Um, and just get folks in just to go for a quick ride somewhere, and grab something to eat and then come back home. It's the little things that can make a difference in your day, in your life. So during this holiday season, try some of these things. These are just a few suggestions. And I would like for you to encourage you to put in the chat what has worked for you. I mean, some people do arts and crafts, some like to do quilting, some like to paint, dance. I love to dance. So that's my therapy, actually, that I do a swing dance class, and I absolutely love it. And I'm so grateful for my instructors, Lou and Myra, and my dance class family. So I've been doing it for a while, and I love it, and it's great exercise. There's low impact aerobics. There's, line dancing. There's salsa. I mean, there is kizomba. There are so many genres of dance that find the one that works for you. And it does the same thing as walking. Any movement, any exercise changes you and increases blood flow. And while you're at it, take those deep, deep breaths and just release. So find your happy place, find your happy thing. So, like I say, these are just a few suggestions. One of the things I would like to encourage you to do is to like and subscribe to our channel. We want to get to 1,000 likes, 1,000 subscriptions by the first of the year, and you can help us. Share, share, share. We are trying to bring you great content every week around the things that may be able to help you. We will be giving you more and more information about the activities of the ZOLA experience. And one of them is the teaching people and exposing people to the ZOLA method of the 7-session wellness experience. The ZOLA experience is a 501c3 nonprofit, and we are seeking your support for us to continue to carry out our mission to create caring communities by supporting individuals, families, communities. And yes, it's a little bit lofty, but we always say, and ultimately humanity to process loss, trauma, and grief. It is a intervention that is for the living to help you to get on with your life, um, and to be able to deal with and process and be healthy in as you deal with uh, loss and trauma, which unfortunately or fortunately, it's just a part of living. It's a part of life, and we talk about the myriad of losses that individuals experience in their lifetime that we don't lend voice to. And our mission with ZOLA is to lend voice to those experiences. So we look forward to you joining us for our next episode. So we want to thank you for joining us for this episode of Thriving Through the Holidays. I hope this has helped you to understand that there are things that you can do to move yourself through such a time as the holidays, which carry so much weight. But there's a holiday, there's something to celebrate every day. Somebody asked me the other day, oh, uh, are you having a great holiday season? And my response was, sir, every day is a holiday, and every day is an opportunity for me to experience the joy and the love of family and just, enjoying life and seeing the cup half full. So we look forward to seeing you or you hearing us again on Healing from Loss to Love, because it's all about love. Thank you. See you soon. And as we say in ZOLA, peace and blessings.
Oh,